major headlines this evening with the ITV News.
England under siege in Mexico City. Riot police surround the team hotel to stop crowds of Mexico fans causing trouble as England fans are warned to take care.
People just need to be sensible. Don't go to where there's a big gathering. Not necessarily because people will be looking for trouble, but it's just because there are that many people.
Also tonight, Prince Harry decides not to bring his family to London after being refused police protection. Iranians begin mourning their late leader, with millions expected to turn out for a 3-day funeral. And details begin to emerge of America's royal wedding as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce tie the knots.
This is ITV News with Lucy Watson.
Good evening. There's been growing chaos ahead of England's biggest challenge at this World Cup so far as they prepare to face co-host Mexico at home. First, it was controversy over how to deal with the altitude in Mexico City. Then, hours of confusion over whether the kick-off time would be changed. And tonight, the team faced the prospect of disrupted sleep, with their hotel surrounded by noisy opposing fans and riot police. Our sports editor Steve Scott reports from Mexico City.
A soundtrack England will have to get used to during their stay here. There may be increased police security around their hotel, but the majority outside will do anything they can to make sure the Three Lions American adventure ends in Mexico City. After hours of discussion yesterday, FIFA decided to keep the kick-off time at the Azteca Stadium as scheduled, despite the risk of thunderstorms forecast during the game. For fans already here, the potential move was irritating. Others yet to arrive had to dip into their pockets again.
Your dad actually had to change his flight.
Yeah, he's now coming via Panama today because of that. So he's booked another flight just in case.
Mexico City is a host venue like none in the States. For England, it will certainly not feel like a home from home. Unlike previous matches, England supporters will be outnumbered, and as usual there will be no segregation in the stands. British police here in Mexico say there is a much higher risk attached to this game.
We're going to be massively outnumbered, so it'll be a fantastic atmosphere. Generally, I think the Mexicans are pretty well disposed towards the UK, so that's positive. But people just need to be sensible. We all know in a crowd things can happen. Be aware of your surroundings.
England's players have purely been focused on the challenge itself. Mexico at altitude in front of a baying home crowd.
They can win the game and go to the next round. All the accolades and the stats and achievements can come after, but first and foremost, try and win the game.
Mexico's players will explode out of the blocks to unsettle England tomorrow, and that could set the tone for the whole game. Whatever the outcome, though, it will be an unforgettable day for players and fans alike.
So the kick-off is back to its original time, but those storms are still threatening. Steve sent us this update a short time ago.
The latest from local forecasters is that thunderstorms are increasingly likely during the game. If they came, that would mean FIFA would have to invoke its safety protocol, which essentially means if there's a lightning strike within 8 kilometres or so of the stadium, the game would have to be stopped and delayed for at least 30 minutes. But it would be delayed for another 30 minutes after every subsequent lightning strike. So if you're watching at home in the UK, you could be in for an all-nighter. And of course, it's also something else for England's players to have to deal with, not just the home fans and the altitude. And now, of course, that the Mexican fans have found out where they're staying, and as Ecuador found out, what they love to do the night before a game is to play the drums very loud, set off fireworks to disrupt the opposition players' sleep. Now, the police have set up a more robust presence there for England's stay here, but whether that will be effective or not, we're not going to find out for a good few hours yet.
Steve Scott in Mexico City there. When Prince Harry comes to the capital next week, he will not be bringing his family with him amid an ongoing row about their security. It comes after a report seen by ITV News that revealed the Duke of Sussex has been the focus of at least 5 terror plots with origins in the UK. Max Walsh is here now. Max, what more can you tell us tonight?
Well, in many ways, this was the perfect opportunity for Prince Harry's family to be reunited with the King after several years apart. But after these ongoing security concerns, that appears like it's not going to happen. Prince Harry and his family, Archie, Lilibet and Meghan, were due to touch down in London early next week, but now he'll be doing that alone because he believes there are credible threats to him. Now, ITV News has seen risk assessments from his US security team outlining 6 terror plots against him, 5 of those based in the UK, yet there is no taxpayer-funded police security for his 5-day trip. Instead, he's been given the number of a police liaison officer. So Harry will conduct this trip on his own. He will have the chance to meet the King earlier on the week, possibly on Wednesday, before he heads up to Birmingham for the 1-year countdown to the Invictus Games. Now, ITV News understands that this being outside London, there is a chance his family could join him there, but the decision about that is still yet to be made.
Max, thank you very much. Huge crowds have begun mourning Iran's late supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, more than 4 months after he was killed in the US and Israel's strikes on Iran. His funeral was delayed until a ceasefire in the war took hold. Today's public outpouring of devotion was intended to send a message to the outside world, but many other Iranians strongly oppose his 36-year rule. Our international editor, Emma Murphy, reports from Tehran.
From dawn, they came en masse. For those Iranians to whom the country's slain leader was akin to a father figure as much as a political figurehead, this was a chance for public acknowledgement of their loss. The rituals of grief, displayed beneath the late Ayatollah's coffin, presented alongside the coffins of his family members, also killed in the strike on their compound on the first day of the US-Israeli war. Only now has the security situation in this country been deemed safe enough for public ceremony.
Tell me why you're here today. I'm here for my leader. He is murdered by Trump, and we love him very much. We want to revenge for him, and he is like a father for us, for all of Iranian people.
These are the faithful of the Islamic Republic, the men and women who believe in its ideals, alongside the security forces so strengthened during the late Ayatollah's 37-year rule and used to secure longevity. Despite the scale, they do not represent all of Iranian society.
These services are not just to mark the life and death of the second custodian of the Islamic Republic. They're an opportunity for the Islamic Republic to display its power, a message it is sending within the borders of this country and beyond them.
There were other messages too, written clearly in English. The animosity which grew during the late Ayatollah's rule has only been compounded by his death. Emma Murphy, ITV News, Tehran.
In other news, Ukraine and Russia have traded missile attacks today. At least 3 people were killed, including a child, and dozens injured in Russian strikes on 4 Ukrainian cities. Meanwhile, Ukrainian drones targeted a major Russian oil terminal in St. Petersburg. More than 1,000 firefighters are battling wildfires sweeping northern Portugal, triggered by the current heat wave. Portugal has asked the EU, Spain and Morocco for additional support. And the UK's Red Arrows air display team have taken part in America's 250th birthday celebrations in New York. King Charles has sent his warmest congratulations to the American people, calling their 250 years of democracy a truly historic milestone. And And in today's sport, Venus and Serena Williams have withdrawn from the doubles at Wimbledon as Serena recovers from a knee injury. She said she was heartbroken but told fans to stay tuned. Also out is the defending women's champion, Iga Swiatek. She lost in straight sets to the Philippines' Alexandra Ayala. It was a better result for the last remaining British player in the singles. Wildcard Arthur Ferry is through to the fourth round after battling through a fifth-set tiebreak against Belgian Zizou Bergs. And Morocco is the first team through to the quarter-finals of the World Cup. They beat hosts Canada 3-0 in Houston tonight to progress to the last 8. And England's rugby players have suffered a 45-21 defeat to South Africa in their opening Nations Championship match in Johannesburg. Steve Borthwick's side conceded 3 tries in the opening 11 minutes at Ellis Park. Finally, almost 24 hours on from what's been described as America's royal wedding, it appears the non-disclosure agreements are holding. We're yet to see any images of Taylor Swift's marriage to American footballer Travis Kelce, but we do know what they wore and which film star officiated at the event in New York. Aisha Zahid has the details.
This was the moment that ended all the speculation. Screens outside New York's Madison Square Garden proclaiming just married with a T&T embedded for Taylor and Travis. Their wedding was shrouded in secrecy. No photos have emerged. The 1,000-plus guests reportedly asked to sign non-disclosure agreements to attend. Hugh Grant was spotted among them, as well as American actors Ethan Hawke and Jason Sudeikis. But most of the star-studded guest list arrived in tinted vehicles which entered a large tent to keep them out of view. All the secrecy didn't deter Swifties lining the streets.
I've been waiting like 20 years for this day, like everybody else, so I'm really excited.
We love Taylor Swift, and we're so excited to be Swifties for this long and love her music and what she sang about romance.
Swift's publicist confirmed the couple wore Dior and that the ceremony was officiated by their friend, the actor Adam Sandler. There were no bridesmaids or groomsmen. Instead, both had their brothers playing key roles as man of honor and best man. Their love story has captivated millions who will no doubt be waiting for more details to drop. Aisha Zahid, ITV News.
And that's all from us for now. The national and local weather forecasts are next. But from everyone here, thank you for watching. Good night.